Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, this question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he have confidence in all his ministers?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How can you have confidence in a minister whose role model for young New Zealanders includes making derogatory remarks about David Beckham and swearing in an educational environment?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, well, I would reject one of those terms. Anyway.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters. Order.
Which one? Sir, I've asked him a very clear question on notice.
Order. The Prime Minister doesn't have to in his answer indicate which one. The member included more than one issue in his supplementary question and the Prime Minister answered, and that's all he's obliged to do, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Well, we don't want to hear from Dopey, do we? How can we have confidence in a minister who, by making derogatory and insulting remarks about David Beckham, the internationally renowned sportsman, perhaps the most well-known soccer player in the world, on the 2nd of November in Dunedin, has tarnished his New Zealand's international reputation and image?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the member is relying on hearsay from someone in a private conversation I was in. I suspect, actually, if Mr. Beckham heard the entire length of the discussion I had, he'd actually feel quite good about it.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How would Mr. Beckham be expected to feel good about being called, I think it was bat scatology, to use a polite term in this House, and then to have a Prime Minister, treat him that way after he'd spent thousands of hours in charitable work, including in New Zealand? Well, Mr. Speaker, can I actually ask this question?
Order.
Rather than Biggie is over here keeping on talking.
Order, the member is in his seat. Order. Now look, national benches will come to order. And it's unhelpful to make that amount of noise. The member is entitled to ask his question, and I want to be able to hear it. The Right Honourable Winston Peters may start his question again.
Thank you, Speaker. Was it? Well, Speaker, there you are. There's somebody over leaking verbally more than a department.
Order, that's not helpful either. The member resume his seat for a moment. Can I appeal to the Attorney-General to look after the Minister on his right, please? The Right Honourable Winston Peters, supplementary question.
What does it tell the Prime Minister about the character of that minister who, despite Beckham's giving thousands of hours to charity work, including in New Zealand and including to that minister's son, what does it tell you about his character when behind his back he says a thing like that?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member is making an assumption he just simply should not make.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Prime Minister.
Order.
Prime
I
Minister.
must be able to hear this question.
Yes or no? Did he not say at a meeting with school children that David Beckham was as thick as bat, and you know what the rest was? Is he denying it now?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Categorically, I did not say that, no.
Supplementary question?
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Would the Prime Minister...
I must be able to hear the... Now, look, I say this time to the benches on my left, the Speaker cannot arbitrate in these matters or chair the House if he can't hear. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Would the Prime Minister not think it reasonable for the rest of the country in this House to conclude that someone should be fired from being a minister who rises in this House and outside the public flat out lies?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as I've said on numerous occasions, the person is, the quote was a hearsay comment. If you are asking me the exact words that member did I say that David Beckham was as thick as bat whatever, the answer is categorically, I did not.
Supplementary question.
Well,
I believe the Right Honourable Gentleman has had all supplementaries available today.
Well, point of order then.
Point of order. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, I have asked then 5 supplementary questions. The Prime Minister has denied saying that those words are accurate.
Order. Well, I can't. It's quite clear there's not a point of order coming here. The member needs to make order. The member resume his seat. The member must make clear what the issue of order is. Now, the member has some options. He could seek leave of the House, I guess, to ask a further supplementary question, but he can't litigate the answers because he's run out of supplementary questions. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, I think if your clerk checks his note that you allowed me to ask the question again, I think he's got the numbers wrong here. I'm on my 5th question now.
Well, my assistant who records the number of questions asked and I, who also record the number of questions asked, have both separately recorded 5 supplementary questions. I apologise. If we happen to be wrong, I most sincerely apologise to the member, but I can't see how we would both be wrong on that. Question number 9, point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, I know it's very late and you don't like this happening, but the Labor Party will give one of its supplementaries to the Right Honourable Winston Peters in order for him to ask the question about whether the shit word was used or not.
Order. The member did not help his case with that, and he knows that's out of order, that he cannot do that at this stage. If questions to be transferred, it must be done properly, I'm not going to have a point of order used in that way, especially in that manner. Question number, point of order, the Right Honourable Prime Minister.
If it helps in terms of the clarification, I'm reluctant to swear in Parliament, but if the member has asked me whether I used the word batshit, I did not.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Speaker, I've been granted an extra question by another party and I'm grateful to them. I wish now to put that question.
Well, order, the member should know understanding orders. Members cannot be granted questions once the question time has started. We must be advised prior to that, the commencement of question time, where questions are transferred from one party to another. Now, those have been the standard procedures for some time. But if the member wants to seek leave to be able to ask a further supplementary question, the House is perfectly at liberty to grant that.
Mr Speaker,
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
In the interest of finding out what the Prime Minister did say against what everybody said he said, I seek leave to ask the Prime Minister, what did he say?
No. That's not the way it goes at all. The leave the member is seeking is to ask a further supplementary question. And I take it that's what the member is doing. Is there any objection to that course of action?
Yes, there is.
There is objection. Question number 9, Melissa Lee.